Well, you're now looking at that airplane that belongs to Baron Hilton up there. And before this day's over, it's going to be dropping bombs on some of these guys.
Okay, well, it's going to be on the dentist, Cal. And look, he's got ace-queen, and he's going to roll it all in. He's pulling the ripcord here, Mike.
Well, the dentist pulls out his drill for the first time today here, Vince, and
Yes,
he moves
he
all
does.
in. He's got a nice hand, ace-queen.
Paul's not going away yet. You'd think he would.
$67,000 is the total. All-in bet for Cal Dykes.
Paul likes to call everything.
You bet the whole team?
It's like a triple quack plus one.
He says
Put that in your
triple
quack and smoke
plus
it.
one.
It's the one that got me.
Okay.
He's not going to call with a
He's
queen
not
six
going to call.
offsuit.
He's going out. Tony's going out.
And Ron with a 10-9. I can't imagine him calling an all-in bet with that. No, he pushes the pot over.
Nice, strong play by the dentist. He's going to win this pot.
Well, it's the first time we've seen the dentist come into play, and it was for all his money.
Stay with us. We'll be right back on the World Poker Tour.
We're at the Reno Hilton Casino for the World Poker Challenge on the World Poker Tour. It's an exciting tournament so far. Longtime pro TJ Cloutier and private investor Mark Edwards found no favor in the flop and were eliminated. Tony Lee butts heads with the boisterous Paul McGrill, while Cal the Dentist Dykes and retired businessman Ron Rose work on building up their chips.
Welcome back. Let's get back to the table.
It's going to be on X22. Paul McGrill once again. He's got queen six this time. He's not going to call. Now on Tony, who's picked up 10-7 of diamonds. Okay, Tony is going to call.
Tony's called.
Ron Rose has got a 2-king.
Ron calls from the small blind.
So we have a three-way pot here, Vince.
I feel left out.
Here comes the flop.
Ace 10-8.
10-8 with two hearts.
And look at this. Ron's coming out, and he's going to bet his...
On a stone bluff, Ron Rose leading out into two players in this pot.
And the dentist is gone. Now Tony's got a pair of 10s he's got to beat. But he's going to go away. He's not going to call it.
And Tony's 6,000.
Nice bet right there by Ron Rose.
Now, I thought he only played aces and queens, but I'm seeing something else here.
Ron is starting to gain a little confidence, and if he gains some confidence, he's going to be a big force to be reckoned with here today.
Ron Rose is exuding confidence here in his second WPT final table.
Well, he's off to a good start today, that's for sure.
You're playing to win, first place. Nobody remembers who second is.
He's in good shape. He's got off to a pretty good start today. I think he's happy where he's at so far.
Now, one guy that's got to be happy is Tony Lee, and he looks at his hand. He's got an 8 jack. He's not going to call.
Tony passes.
Big Ron Rose looking at deuce 9 off suit.
Ron folds.
Also
Throws
not going
his
to
hand
call.
away.
Now the dentist has ace 5, and look at this. He's going all in. Mr. Wilson's doing it again.
Well, Mr. Wilson's only got one move here, looks like. The throttle goes all the way to the floor when he comes into a pot. He has moved all in.
X22's got a king 6 of diamonds. He's considering this.
72,000.
King 6 of diamonds. He says count it down here.
72,000.
I just did this trick a second ago against him with a king six, but I'm going to fold. This time I'm going to fold my king six.
He's
He's
got
going to fold the king 6 this time around.
Folds king six
Now
of
look at the
diamonds.
dentist like bragging that he had an ace, trying to make them think that he had aces. We, of course, know he does not.
He shows them a card. He can operate on them a little bit too, you know.
Yeah, he's going to make the gums bleed here.
I'm going to play to win it. That's just flat out. That's what I'm going to do. If I get knocked out, I get knocked out, and then do about that.
Okay, we're down to 4 players. Fast action here. The Reno Hilton in Reno, Nevada. Okay, it's back on Ron. He's not going to call. On the dentist has king 7. He's playing tight. He's not going to call. X22 looks at his hand,
All the way back to Paul in small
and he's
blind.
just going to call with it. And Tony Lee with a 4-5 is going to call. We're going to see a flop. Here it is.
Flop is 3 deuce deuce, nits and nats.
Look at this. Tony Lee's made it open-ended straight, and he's going to bet on the come. He doesn't have a cinch hand at this point, of course.
Well, he bets an open-end straight draw here. I like this bet by Tony Lee.
X22 looking a little baffled.
He didn't raise before the flop, so he doesn't put him on a pair. So that's why it's a nice bet by Tony Lee to lead out on this flop He's grimacing over there.
You know, he's an amazing poker player, but you can't tell me that he has a poker face.
He throws his hand away. I love that bet by Tony Lee right there with the 4-5.
Yeah.
Nice play to pick up that pot.
Well, we are getting close to filling that last seat at the big one, the WPT Championship at Bellagio.
Well, you're right, Vance, and we're going to have all these great players from this past season in one tournament with millions at stake. And Shauna Hyatt is going to take a look at this past season and tell us what we can expect from the biggest poker event of the year.
It's only appropriate that here on the world's largest stage, we set the scene for the upcoming WPT Championship, a poker event so big that even this place couldn't hold it. The season began at the luxurious Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas, where backgammon pro Gus Hansen took home the cash in the inaugural WPT event. It was Hansen's first final table, but later in LA, he proved it wasn't his last.
Somebody has to win.
At the Bicycle Club, Chris Karagulian was clairvoyant.
I'm one of the best. I'm gonna win.
And outlasted one of the wildest tables of the year.
He made a full house. Chris has won the tournament.
In Aruba, an amateur from Finland, Juha Helppi, steamrolled pro Phil Gordon.
This guy's an amateur?
In Costa Rica, Jose Rosenkrantz went from last to first.
Jose knows he's done it. What a great moment for Jose Rosenkrantz.
Paul Darden laid down the law in San Francisco.
I want all the chips. I want you out.
Chess master Howard Lederer proved he was king twice, once in Connecticut and once in the Caribbean. A not-so-proper Englishman won in Mississippi, a Swede notched a victory in Paris, and for one night, the dangerous Lane Flack was Hollywood's biggest star. The WPT winners earned their $25,000 entry to the championship table. But take a look at these players who dug deep into their pockets to put up the cash for a seat and a shot at the title. Phil Ivey, Andy Block, Jennifer Harmon, Phil Hellmuth, Scotty Wynn, and TJ Cloutier, just to name a few. We've got the greatest players, the biggest buy-in, champions at every seat, and the stakes can't get any higher. This is going to be huge.
I just can't wait.
You put those guys in the room together. I don't want to be there. Dentist has a 3-6. He's not going to play. X22 Paul McGrill is in pair of nines this time.
Quack, quack.
And he's doing that quack, quack thing again.
He loves that raise amount. I would be interested to see when the blinds and antes go up to the next level if he's still going to bet the quack, quack. He's going to have to double his quacks, I think. 22,000 won't be enough to get anybody out the next round.
Tony Lee with a 4-5 again. This time he's not going to call it.
Now this time Ron Roses looks down and finds 2 10s. He has a hand here.
Oh, he's got to love this.
Now Paul McGrill has raised the pot in front of him. He's looking at 2 10s.
He got 2 10s against 2 9s, Mike.
Remember now, Ron is what we call it in the big blind. He has the most money in the pot before the flop. That means this quack quack bet is 22,000, going to cost Ron another 16,000 to call. Well, I'm certain he's going to play the pot. He's not going to lay down 2 10s. He's in position with it. Just a matter if he's going to call or raise.
Look at X22. He's doing like monkey see, monkey do routine.
Well, I'm afraid Ron might make a monkey out of him if he plays this pot because it'll be 2 10s against 2 9s.
I raised $75,000.
Look at this. He's going to raise it up. I think he's going up $75,000.
Whoa, that's a big bet. He's bet $97,000 now.
So he's called a 22.
And that just slapped Paul McGrill in the face.
Well, I can tell you right now, Paul is faced to the test here because Ron essentially bet half his chips. So what that means is Paul should now know that he's going to be committed to play this pot if indeed he decides to move over the top of him because Ron will be getting about 3 to 1 on his money.
2 great mathematicians going at it. You could just see the numbers flipping around in Paul's head.
I think that got the quacker's tongue a little bit. Paul has a nice hand here.
Sure does.
But it's shrunk up a little bit when a man moves over the top of you.
I'm all in.
He's going all in.
He has gone all in right here.
Pushing it all in. He's pulled the ripcord.
Whoa, he has put Ron Rose to the test.
Fascinating poker here.
Well, Ron's got about 90,000 left.
He's going to call it.
And he's called it. He's done it. Ron Rose has done it, and he's going to love it when he sees what Paul has. But keep your eye on Paul's face. When Ron turns up his hand, he is not going to like it. It's 2 10s for Ron, 2 2 nines for X22. Right now, Ron Rose is a big favorite to win this pot.
Oh, man, Paul, this could be a devastating defeat for Paul.
Ron's counting out his chips, and it's a huge amount, about 183,000.
Okay, well, they turn it over. Ron loves it. He gets up, walks away. He knows he's the huge favorite now.
And look at the look on Paul's face. He is really disgruntled right now.
Ron is up on his feet. He's just pacing. He loves this.
He's doing laps.
Ron has the best of it.
Okay.
It's 2 10s versus 2 9s. Paul knows he's in trouble here.
Here we go with the flop. Can X22 get lucky?
The flop is...
He does! He's hit 3 of a kind, 3 nines at this point.
On the other hand, Ron Rose has flopped an open-end straight draw.
That's right.
So he can win the pot with a 7, a 10, or a queen. He does have a lot of outs.
A lot of outs here, and we're going to take a little break. We'll be coming right back from Reno, Nevada on the World Poker Tour. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We are in Reno, Nevada. We have 2 poker players that have been mixing it up. An amazing flop, Mike.
Well, we have our biggest pot of the day, Vince. Ron Rose is all in. He has gotten out-flopped by X22,
Yes, he
who
has.
flopped 3 nines, but Ron Rose is not dead. He's got an open-end straight draw. Let's see what happens.
Lots of outs. Here comes the turn.
An ace comes off.
And that's a heart, too.
Now, this also gives Ron Rose a heart draw, so he does have a lot of outs in this pot. A heart, a queen, a 10, or a 7 will win this pot for Ron Rose. But right now, Paul McGrill is out front with the 3 nines.
Last card coming up.
The 7 of spades.
That 7 has come off.
Unbelievable.
Ron knows he made the straight. He has won this pot. He is ecstatic right now.
Oh, man, the arms going up above. This is quite a defeat.
Well, look at hands on hips. Paul McGrill is shell-shocked here, Vince.
Look at that look of disgust.
There's a hand, folks, that you go from ecstasy to total depression, back to ecstasy, all in the same hand. On the World Poker Tour, you see everything. He was ecstatic to see he had 10s against 9. He was heartbroken when he got out-flopped. He was delighted when he outdrew his opponent at the river. What an exciting hand that was. Ron is feeling good right now. He knows he got lucky at the river there.
Now, X22 is not eliminated. He still has a few chips left. Not a whole lot, though, and that